A 20-year-old man starts working in a startup cryptocurrency company without any diploma degree. He becomes close friends with the company owner and thousands of euros just flood into his bank account. He leads a luxurious life ever since until one day. Hi, welcome back. Today we will talk about the movie titled Crypto Boy. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon for more. It begins in 2018 in Amsterdam, Netherlands, where a guy named Amir is selling hair oil to some kids. He tells the kids that the oil will make them look more masculine. His friend Ima helps him conclude the deal and they walk off happily. Soon Amir gets a call from his father who asks him to come back to their restaurant early as there are a lot of clients waiting for delivery. Irritated by his father's constant calls, Amir goes back and starts his job as a delivery boy. During his work, Amir sells more hair oil and completes his restaurant's orders as well. Later, he comes back home and enjoys watching football matches with his father and their neighbors, who are served free food and drinks as a family. The next day, Amir wakes up to his father yelling. He goes down and meets Bertha, who tells them that the housing authority has sold the whole block to an international property company, Brownville, and the private company increases their rent by double and asks them to either evict the home or comply with the terms. Frustrated by his household issues, Amir sits down with Imam and have a chat. Soon, a lady comes with her son to whom Amir had sold hair oil. The lady tells him to refund the money as the product has been expired since 2005 and causes rashes instead of growing hair. Amir, with an unbelievable look, gives her the money back and is frustrated as he bought many of them. Meanwhile, Amir's dad is having a meeting with their neighbors, promising they will stand together and not sell their flats to the property company. Later, when Amir is fixing his bicycle clumsily with an online video, his father teaches him. Amir proposes to have a restaurant renovation to attract more customers, but his father confidently refuses by telling him about how he has been living in the neighborhood for 35 years. Amir points out that the neighbors always come to the restaurant and never pay, but his father insists that the neighbors are family and family does not need to pay. Amir is speechless by what his father said. Amir wants his family to move out to a better place, but his father remains adamant on not leaving. One day after delivery, Amir runs into a public speech by an entrepreneur, Roy Warner. He claims that he was financially independent by 30 by investing in cryptocurrency. He tells the crowd about how his father worked and saved tirelessly for 10 years as a taxi driver to buy his own Mercedes car. Unfortunately, due to chronic sleep deprivation, exhaustion, and panic attacks, his father had a severe car accident. He then suggests that the banks and government are trying to steal people's money, and their solution to this problem is investing in cryptocurrency with his company, and the company will guarantee the investors a 1 to 3% return. Amir listens to his speech attentively and joins the crowd to cheer for the guy. While Amir wastes time in the speech, his father waits for him restlessly. Amir comes home late when his father is asleep. He is woken up by loud music played by Amir. Upon questioning, he explains to his father about what he learned in the speech. His father is against the idea of investing in cryptocurrency. Amir tells him he just wants to help him save his restaurant and claims he can achieve more with more chances given. Yet his father just voices out his anger and disappointment, pointing out that he can barely have good performance doing his delivery job, not even fixing a bicycle tire. The argument ends ugly. The next day, Amir shows up at Roy's company, Crypt Core Capital's office, hoping to join them. He asks the guy at the counter to take him to Roy's office, but he replies that Roy is in a meeting. When Amir insists, he calls the security. Suddenly, Roy shows up. Amir expresses his admiration for him, but Roy just asks him to leave his contact to his staff and starts talking to a potential client named Victor. It seems that Victor is not interested in Crypt Core's service. Amir recognizes him as his friend's brother and starts talking to him as if they are old friends, confusing Victor. Amir appreciates Roy for his work in front of Victor, making Roy start lying as well to play along. When Victor leaves, Roy confronts Amir and he begs Roy to give him a half-hour meeting with Victor, confident that he can make Victor invest here. Roy agrees but threatens him that if he fails, he will rip his life apart. Amir joins Victor in a meeting at a restaurant where he explains his investment plan to Amir. Thinking quickly on his feet, Amir starts talking about their parents, who took risks to immigrate into this country for them. And it's time for them to return them with a better quality of life through a short-term, but very profitable investment. Victor is moved by this short speech, and he agrees to invest in Roy's company. When Victor leaves, Roy welcomes Amir to his team and gives him a bonus for completing his first deal. Meanwhile, as Amir has quit his job, his father starts to ride the bike to deliver instead. Later, Amir's dad talks with the neighbors about renovating the restaurant when Amir comes back home in a car, surprising everybody. He tells them that he got a job at the new company as a sales guy after one meeting. Even though he earned a huge amount of money in one day, his father is still worried about him earning dirty money. Later at night, Amir's father starts to search the internet about Cryptcore Capital to understand more about his son's job. The next day, Roy gives an orientation to Amir explaining the workflow of the company, and his job is only to bring in more pop stars, football players, and influencers like Victor to invest, so more youngsters will follow. Just like that, on one hand, Amir starts to work with Roy and his friends to increase the revenue of their company, while his father continues to try to save his restaurant by renovating it. Amir is able to change his lifestyle quickly, from a bicycle to a motorcade of cars in just a few weeks. During one party, Amir discusses with Roy the behavior and attitude of his father and how he only lets him work as his delivery boy. Roy asks Amir to respect his father but just ignore him and his whole generation because they put their kids in danger of getting poor. Soon, a guy starts to berate Cryptcore, accusing them that they are leeches and the only thing they want is to get rich quickly, and they know nothing about cryptocurrency. Roy angrily criticizes him and threatens him not to come to any of his parties afterward. Meanwhile, Amir's father runs out of money and even his loan application is rejected by the bank, so he tells his chef Danny that they are not going to renovate the kitchen. Amir is wiring some of Cryptcore's money via his bank account instructed by Roy. Later at night, Amir asks everyone to sign on the Cryptcore app, including Danny, Ima, and Bertha, and he finds out the neighbor, Bertha, has already sold her apartment to the property company. Bertha claims the compensation offered to other neighbors is way more attractive, so they will move out soon. When his father comes home from a rainy night delivering food, Amir asks him once again to think of moving out and tells him all of their neighbors are moving out soon, and this breaks his daddy's heart. Later, Amir goes to a party on a cruise with Ima, and Roy gives Amir some drugs to try. While he's enjoying his time at the party, his father confronts Bertha for taking the compensation offered by the property company to move out of the neighborhood. He also asks the other neighbors if they have accepted the compensation offer, and they reply that they are considering it as they are offered with a great deal. He feels betrayed and disappointed. He asks everyone to leave his restaurant. Soon, while delivering, he gets into a car accident. Meanwhile, Amir gets on a private plane to continue the party in Monaco. The plane is taking off when he hears about his father's accident and quickly gets off to meet him. The nurse asks him to go home as it is late at night. There sits a sad Amir looking at his father's pictures from his youth, and when he meets him the next day, he decides to help his father to complete the renovation with the money he has made. Amir asks Danny about the required renovation of the kitchen and asks him to order the kitchen equipment with his money. At home, Amir transfers all of the restaurant's capital to the Cryptcore app in the hope of getting much more money. When the new equipment arrives, Amir gets a call from his bank telling him that there have been a few huge suspicious transactions recently and requires his explanation, but he hangs up the call. Later, he discusses this with Roy, who tells him that the banks are just trying to scare him and there's nothing illegal. When Amir goes to visit his father in the hospital, he tells Amir that he and his mother had been saving money in the restaurant's account for a rainy day, and now he thinks that is the best time to use it for Amir's education, so that he can get an even better job in the finance sector. But Amir remembers that he had already invested that money in the Cryptcore app in secret. After a few days in Cryptcore's office, while Amir is having a meeting with a potential client, Victor breaks in with a few bodyguards and asks Roy to give him back his money. After using force, Roy gives Victor back the money in his investment account. Amir finds out the banks have frozen Cryptcore's accounts. All the drama leaves Amir baffled. Later, while helping Bertha move out, Ima shows Amir a video of Victor, telling everyone that Cryptcore is a scam and that Roy is a thief. Amir defends Roy by telling Ima that the Dutch banks have started to crack down against crypto users, which is not Roy's fault but the government's. A few days later, everyone at Cryptcore gets anxious about Roy as his address was leaked online and people started threatening him. Amir quickly rushes back to Roy's home, but no one answers. Suddenly, a car stops behind him and a mysterious man asks Amir if he has seen Roy. Amir explains the complex situation to the man, and the man asks him to leave a message to Roy. The man is in fact Roy's father, Vader Roy, a self-made millionaire. Later that day, Ima and Amir are looking for information about Roy and find out that actually Cryptcore was indeed a Ponzi scheme, and he already deceived people with a real estate fund 6 years ago. Anxious, Amir decides to take his money out of his Cryptcore app account, but when he tries to do so, the phone application crashes. Day by day, Amir gets more nervous as there is no sign of Roy and his money is stuck in the company's bank account. Later, when his father comes home, he is happy to look at the renovated restaurant and the new kitchen. He hugs his son for this massive contribution to their family business. Later, when everyone is celebrating Amir's father's return, the sad Amir stands in the corner thinking about his lost money. Suddenly, 2 police officers come to visit him. The police officer tells Amir that Roy used him as his money mule, using his bank account to transfer funds into various offshore accounts and stealing people's hard-earned money. When the police leave, Bertha confronts Amir as she lost all of her savings as well. When everyone, including his father, leaves the restaurant, Amir decides to hunt down Roy to get his money back. He rushes to Roy's home, but no one responds. But this time, he does not leave the house, but instead starts to look for a route to enter the house. He soon finds an unlocked window and climbs in. On the other hand, Amir's father sits down with Jetty, talking about the recent issues with Amir. Jetty encourages him to stand up for Amir as this is the time he needs his father the most. But when he reaches home, he is unable to find Amir. He calls Ima to inquire about Amir, but she is unaware of him as well. Meanwhile, Amir finds Roy talking to his lawyers in the home. He tries to eavesdrop, but is quickly caught by Roy. As they start to fight, Roy begs Amir to give him some time to get his money. Amir gets angry as he lost his father's savings, but Roy keeps blaming the banks. In a rage of fury, Amir knocks Roy down and is about to kill him when his father intervenes and stops him. He takes Amir back home and apologizes for ignoring him before. The next day, Amir and his father receive help emotionally and financially from their neighbors. 4 months later, Amir, Danny, and his father run a successful business, and this time Amir is in charge of the whole restaurant with different delivery boys and an online ordering system. He is then visited by Bertha, who is optimistic about getting the scam money back, and Amir's father invites her inside for a free meal as a family. The whole community eats together and celebrates Ajax winning matches in the Dutch Football League, just like the start of the movie. Thank you for watching the video. What do you think about its story? Which video do you want us to do next? Spam the comments below. And before leaving, please consider subscribing to the channel for more content like this.